You like Bonds? We're going to do a Bond tier list. It's going to be great, okay? So, pretty straightforward. We'll go through all the Bonds, rank them from F, which is not good, up to S, which is the best, because that's how the alphabet works. There's actually a silent S at the start of the alphabet. I don't know if you knew this, actually. When you say the alphabet, you're actually saying a silent S. Yeah, right there, just before the A. Sean Bond, the original Bond, the OG. He's got the lines, he's got the car, he's got the villains. Actually, all of these things are from Goldfinger. So let's put Goldfinger in A tier. Next, we've got Roger Bond, Live and Let Die, that's pretty sweet. Slide whistle flips. Something, I guess. I know some people think he's handsome. He kind of looks like a middle-aged man playing Bond dress-up. And apparently, in Man with a Golden Gun, he only kills one person. So Pacifist Bond goes in C tier. Next is Daniel Bond. We're not doing these in chronological order. Why would you think that? That's so basic. Gets hit in the balls, walks it off. Heart stops, walks it off. Gets vaporized by 1,000 missiles. Maybe he'll walk it off. S tier. Next we've got Samantha Bond, you know, from Pierce Bond, the only actual Bond, the real true Bond who's actually a Bond. Anyway, she does some VR smoochy kissing with Pierce Bond. Now her name in the film's Moneypenny, but actually it's Bond, and so she's the only Bond where they don't know that she's a Bond, which is actually what you want from a spy, so potentially she's a great Bond. B tier. Speaking of Pierce Bond, let's do Pierce Bond. He's been in some of the best Bonds and some of the worst Bonds. Overall, pretty kind of middle of the road Bond. And you never know, maybe all of his Bond adventures were just part of Moneypenny's VR Bond. C tier. C tier? C Bond? Carbon bonds? Carbon bonds are great. If you don't think so, take a look at yourself. You're a carbon-based life form. And they're so versatile. Graphite for pencils. Carbon bonds. Diamonds for diamond face. Carbon bonds. What a Bond. S tier. Now, Timothy Bond. He only bonded twice, but check out his reaction to watching a man's head pop. Must be a pretty badass Bond. To be honest, I don't really know these movies. I think I've watched them like once a long time ago, so I have no real opinion about Timothy Bond. He was great in Hot Fuzz, but that's not Bond. And he was the villain there, not the hero. But maybe Bond's the villain, not the hero. I don't know. I'm rambling. I forgot what tier I was going to put him in. B tier. Why not? B for Bond. Lovely. Next, it's one of the biggest Bonds. You want a Bond? This will bond you. It'll bond the heck out of whatever you need bonding. It's Unibond, Super PVA Adhesive and Sealer Tin, 250ml, 4.4 out of 5 on Amazon. Out of 92 ratings, here are some of the ratings. Hugh says, loose outdoor step tile adhesive, chose because of previous experience, lasted many years so far, 4 stars. JC Barnard warns us, beware, it's only 250 mils, which is true because that's what it says at the top, 250 mils. But the picture makes it look a lot more. I guess, you know, maybe zoom out on your browser, I don't know. Anyway, seems to be good stuff, A tier. And then finally, George Lazenby.
My name's Bond. James Bond. Mr.